Hey guys, it's MCA bringing you another building tutorial. This time I'm going to be showing you how to build 4 different small and organic animal statues in Minecraft. This should be really exciting. I'm super excited for this topic. I mean, I had fun, like even just before the video prepping this. I built so many different statues, which you can see. They're all organic statues and they're really cool. And this was a topic that many of you guys suggested. You guys pretty much flooded the comments with this suggestion for a tutorial. Make sure also to check out my last building tutorial when I showed you shapes in Minecraft, how to build different shapes. Thank you very much for the support on that one. It really means a lot. So first we're going to be building a duck, but I'm going to be showing you this duck is made out of quartz and red sandstone, and also wither eyes, like wither heads as eyes. It's pretty cool. The next one is a giraffe, which also has wither eyes, and pretty much all of these have eyes, you know, out of like heads, and they also are composed of stairs and slabs. I really like this giraffe one, by the way. I also like this one too, which is the baby elephant, which is just really cool. It's so small, so cute. It even has a lever tail, which is really cool. I really love it. It looks complicated because of the slabs and stairs, but it's really not. I will show you later on. And then the last one is a bird. Now, before we go on, I'm showing you this bird right now. You guys can see it is kind of funny. I wanted to definitely throw in a bird somewhere in this video, and I kind of just built this bird out of the blue. It was pretty funny, but it's kind of funny. It's almost like a woodpecker. You could compare it to that. I don't know, I thought I'd throw it in here. So for the duck, you want to have red sandstone blocks and also quartz, and then you want them in stairs and slabs too, and then you could also get blocks if you want to. And then you also want suggested, I say, black wither heads for the eyes. Now to start off, you want to do the legs, so you start it from the bottom usually with these skins. And rather than doing just 2 blocks up for the legs, I add stairs just to make them look like feet a little bit, and then I also add stairs behind those original stairs just to make it look like a bit of a heel. Now in the last video, I taught you that building the basic shapes is pretty important. You can do pretty cool stuff out of just building the basic shapes, and that's what we're going to do for this one. So what you want to do, just out of the blocks, you want to just build a basic shape of the body just like this. Literally as simple as that. And then afterwards, you can add the stairs and the slabs just to kind of fluffen up the body. I know that sounds weird to like fluff things up in Minecraft, like out of blocks, but it's possible. You can see that I'm just kind of like shaping the body a bit more by adding more blocks. And you know, I can make it really big, really fluffy, depending on how big I want the duck to be and I want the animal to be. And also I copy it over to the other side as well. You can see there's no real specific way or specific method of doing this, and that's something that I want you guys to keep in mind throughout this video. The way I'm doing this, I'm hoping that you guys won't copy block for block what I'm doing, and hopefully more that you guys can kind of see what I'm doing and use that as a bit of inspiration, or you can kind of use the tips that I'm saying, because these are organics, and there's no specific way of doing organics, so it's really winging it. That's the one word for organics, if you can describe building it. But now I want to do the neck, so it's pretty simple. I just place up blocks, and I can even thicken up the neck to the places where I think the neck needs more detail or needs more of anything. Of course, I always feel free to use blocks and stairs and slabs and stuff. And then for the head, since it is kind of like a bit of a round head, I'd say, kind of, I once again start off with the basic shape of the head, and then afterwards I add the stairs and slabs onto it, you know, just to make it look better. I kind of thicken it up also as well. And then later on, I'll be adding like the little extra tiny details, such as the beak, or the beak, right, for the duck, like bucks, the beaks. Yeah, I think they're beaks. And then so I do that out of the red sandstone because I think that's really cool. It looks like a beak. It's kind of orange too. And then I can add the eyes as well. Now you can add different eyes to your thing, and you can also have them in different directions as well, you know, so it really is a trial and error thing and an experimental thing. Really just depends which way you want them to be. You know, you can also do you know, there's so many different heads. There's even Steve heads too, and skeleton heads, so you can't really just experiment with them. You could even use like the back of the Steve head, just because like the Steve hair on it looks kind of dark and that looks like an eye. You can even use that as well. Literally, it's all experimental. ornamental. I mean, that looks really cool as well, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But that's your duck pretty much. That's your first organic statue, and I think it's really cool. Look at just the stairs and slabs on it. You know, when you break it down, it's not really that much, and a lot of it, like I said, is winging it. So hopefully you guys, if you want to build a duck, go ahead and just kind of base it off of this one if you want to first try it out. Next, what we're going to be doing is a giraffe, and you can use either birch birch blocks, or sandstone for the main thing. You can see in this one I use birch, but I think what I'm going to be using is sandstone for when I'm building it right now. And then also, I use spruce blocks, like spruce slabs and stuff like that, for just the little spots on the thing. Now for the giraffe, it's a bit different because it has 4 legs this time, but I kind of started off the same way with the little stairs at the bottom of it. I just add also legs to the back of them. Then for the body, since I want to keep the body kind of short, but I still kind of like wrap it up, I'd say this actual body is pretty decently somewhat easy to do. You just kind of want to make sure that you shape it to where it's a bit round. So as you can see, I'm doing that with the stairs. But also, what you can do, you can just easily start off by placing down blocks and then adding stairs occasionally, or slabs wherever you think you need them, or whenever you think you need them. That's pretty much it for the body, I'd say. Then the most important part of the giraffe is, of course, the neck. So you can literally start off with like a skeleton kind of neck, like this, people call it, and then you can kind of thicken it up like I'm doing right now with the stairs on both sides of them on the corners. Then to where you want your head to be, once again, you want to just kind of do a basic shape, like literally even just piling down blocks like I'm doing right now is fine just to start off, because you're eventually going to shape it. So this head for the giraffe is a bit different than the duck head, but what you want to do, I'm kind of just shaping it off early like this, almost like a pizza slice kind of. That's just because that's kind of what it looks like. Then for the giraffe, I'd say this is really what, like I'd say for the giraffe head, the slabs are your best friend. Like you can see, I am placing down actual blocks, but most of it you're gonna see is gonna be made out of slabs, or I'm gonna be constructing it out of slabs as well, except for the back of the head too. Like you want to just pretty much place blocks down until you have the basic shape, and then you can kind of visualize in your head like where everything's gonna kind of go, how you're gonna shape it. But as you can see, I'm just placing down like flat slabs, like in a flat kind of pattern for the head, you know, and then afterwards I'm kind of just going up on the layers, and it sort of just works from there. Like for me, it kind of just slowly comes together, but it's not at all like I'm gonna get it on all perfect on the first try. It is literally just trying it out. So literally just like this, that looks nothing like a head, but I can adjust it now. So for the eyes, if you want to do kind of like a cartoon sort of eye thing, or a cartoon kind of giraffe, you can do it like that, where you have quartz blocks in the background, and then afterwards you can do, like, you can add the eyes, or if you don't want to have the quartz block in the background, you can just add the eyes straight off like that. Choose any different head you want to do, and even put them in any different direction as well on the giraffe head. And then what I decided to do, this is actually an idea I came up with on the spot, like as I'm building this right now, is to kind of add like a little bit of a mohawk, because it makes the giraffe look cute actually. Then the last step for the giraffe is to just add the little spots of spruce. You know, add them wherever you want. I tend to not really add that many, but usually when there's like an open spot on the giraffe, I just go ahead and add them in. You know, you can even do, like, you can add them in as blocks, and then also add them in as stairs and slabs too. Even on the head too, that's, you know, wherever you want it to be. But that's your giraffe right there. It looks so cool, right? Doesn't it? You can compare and contrast that giraffe with the other giraffe I first showed you, which is just way shorter, the first giraffe. Next, we're going to be building the baby elephant statue. You want to start it off the same way as you do with the other animals with the legs. However, rather than going straight up, you want to kind of go horizontally with this one. So what I mean is, since the body of the elephant is a bit like wider, like going sideways, or a bit longer, you want to have it to where it just goes from one leg to one leg, or two legs to two legs, but kind of in a wide fashion. So not exactly like the giraffe. You can see I'm doing it right here. Even the back legs I'm changing a bit. Now I can just go ahead, add, like I've been doing to the other ones, just add the basic shape on it of just blocks. I can even add the tail like I just did right there out of the lever. And then you want to just kind of like go outwards a little bit, like for the head. As you can see, the neck I should say. Then for the head, surprisingly this one I didn't find to be as hard as the other ones, the head. So I can just add a little bit of a shape like that as just the basic kind of design for the head. And then afterwards, I can add the slabs and stairs. I can kind of adjust it a bit right there, because I think that's my vision of the thing. You know, that's just my vision of what I see. Then I can add the little eyes or the little heads. I'm going to use skeleton heads this time probably. I can add the trunk too, and then adjust the ears. That's it. That's literally the baby elephant. It's just so, I think when you break it down, like I'm doing right now, it just seems so easy to do, right? I think it's easily it's more understandable when you break it down. But the last one, which I think is just funny, I know that this build's just a complete funny like thing, is this bird, if you want to call it a bird, or a woodpecker kind of thing. I still think it looks like a woodpecker though, so I don't think it's like nothing. But what I started off by doing this bird with was by doing this sort of design like for the actual body part of the bird, or like under the bird. So I did quartz. I decided to go with quartz for like under the bird, and I did this like upwards kind of sideways design, or like cross design, where I use slabs and then also stairs. And then also, like, for that, I just kind of keep going up to as however big I want the bird, so however long I want it to be. I just keep going like this, so you can see I just do this design with the slabs and the stairs just like that. Then I want to add a bit of the skin. Is that the right word? I don't know if birds have skin. I don't really want to think about that. but you know, I kind of add a bit of the color to the bird, let's just put it that way, onto, like, the sides of it, onto the sides of the quartz, like, right here. You can see, because I add a little bit extra, just so that you're not having the little extra, like, open slab space right there. So I added just like that. And then afterwards, what I did, surprisingly, this doesn't seem like it would be the next step, but what I did was I added arms to the bird. So simply I just went out with slabs and just kind of added arms like that, and I also added arms to the other side right here. Once again, I'm not the bird expert. I'm not an expert on any of these animals, but this is just the way I do it, once again. And then after you do the arms, what I kind of did is just started to do the actual body. So like I went along and started adding a bit more blocks to the body, and then also I started on a bit of a tail. I don't really think tails are on birds, but I kind of added, I don't know, if you don't want to call it a tail, kind of like just the tips of the bird, or the legs. I should put it that way, the legs. That's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say, the legs. And then so I can do it like this, where I have like upside down stairs like that, and then I start to kind of just cover up the body easily. This is just simple. Like, it's not really, you know, obviously this is like not even a specific way. This isn't the way to do the bird. This is just a way. Once again, this is my way of doing a bird. Then what I decided to do was start to go with a little bit of an afro kind of thing, or like the speedy afro kind of part of the bird, which is just really funny looking. Like, I think it looks like a woodpecker. So you can see I'm doing pretty much whatever I can to make it look like, you know, a bit more attractive, you can say. And then I just kind of like spike it up. You can also see that I did already add the eyes as well. But you can see I'm going with the flow on the with the slabs on the hair, like on the hair part of it. It's pretty cool. It starts to come along. You can continue. Feel free to just step back and look at your build and just change whatever you want to do. You know, because that's the only way the build's gonna look good, right? If you step back and just kind of adjust. Then I kind of just connected that to the body part of it, and that was pretty much it on the bird, except for the mouth part of it, which I got dark oak slabs, and I just kind of added the mouth on it. You can, if you want to. Like, if you want to, you can kind of like go outwards on it to make it have like a bigger mouth, or like a bigger like woodpecker thing, but I think it probably looks better if you kind of just chop it off and just leave it a little bit like that. But that's pretty much it for this bird. You can kind of judge it. It looks pretty funny, I think. It definitely does. And that's also it for this tutorial, you guys. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this tutorial. We went over organic animals. So if you guys watched to the end, thank you very much. And feel free to hit that like button. Just take the next 1 second literally after this video to hit that like button, and also subscribe. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, be sure to do that. And also comment your suggestions for the next building tutorial. So hopefully I can get to that. We'll see. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.